me the moment when you realized Islam was the truth.
I used to work for a lighting company, and it was very specific. We used to make the lights that they use in the military. You see the searchlights? We used to make those lamps. So they're very specific. We only made 2 or 3 a week. So I was able to set up almost a month of work within like 3 days. The boss didn't care, I was chill. So I was able to just read. So I started reading the Bible, marking it up, man, and I'm just finding stuff verse after this and that. And I'm like, yo, we doing all type of stuff in Christianity backwards. So in the process of that, especially going through the New Testament, I came to the point where I'm finding Jesus never said he was God. They called him the prophet. He didn't deny it. He's prostrating on the ground, praying to God. He's saying, don't call me good. The only one good is that one in heaven. You know what I mean? He's saying, don't call no one father on earth. The only father is that one in heaven. Basically, the father is better than I. He's greater than I. Come on the day of judgment. You're going to say, my Lord, my Lord. He's going to say, get away from me, you wicked people, for you have not done what that father has commanded you. And then I got to the point where he was on the cross. And on the cross, I read the verse, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? That joint jammed me. So I went to a debate. It was a Christian-Muslim debate. And the pastor was like, you know, Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus is God. So I waited till after the lecture. I went up to him. I said, listen, can I ask you a few questions? I said, I'm battling faith right now. I'm like stuck. And if you could solve this problem for me, it would help me in this journey. So he says, sure, my son, ask me. So I said, in the Bible, Jesus is on the cross. He says, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? These are my 2 questions. Jesus, you said he's God. He said, yes. I said, you said he's the Son of God. He said, yes. I said, who is he calling upon? He says, my God, my God. So what I'm seeing here, I got your God, Jesus, and I got the God of Jesus, because Jesus called him God. And then he said, why hast thou forsaken me? You told me Jesus knew his purpose. He came to die for our sins. So why is he saying now in the critical moment, right? Because that's when faith comes to the front, right? In the critical moment when you're supposed to show up with faith, this is when you show up with it. Now you're going to say, why hast thou forsaken me? And this is the message we got, right? So I said, if he's saying that, he didn't know his purpose. Because the purpose was to come die for us. He shouldn't be forsaken. And who forsaked him? If he's God, did he forsake himself? Did he forget his own mission? Did he forget his own cause? That's why I said, you see my problem? I said, so how do I understand all of that? He put his hand on my shoulder. He said, son, you just have to have faith. I looked at him, I was like, shh. I said, that was the worst thing to tell me. I said, it was the worst thing to tell me, man. I said, you should I was hoping you was going to direct me back to the Bible, back to some verses. I said, but you did help me. You pushed me to where I need to go, right? Which was the direction I was aiming at anyway, because part of our process of finding the truth was looking at all of the religions and seeing if the religion worshiped a thing, a constellation, star, moon, an animal, a human being, it got chucked and put into the garbage. Why? Because we shouldn't be praying to those things, right? So the only religion I found was Islam that said pray to the creator of the heavens and earth, the one who created all of those things.